Welcome. This is July something, 9th.
Muggy July
2011. And I am Jason.
I'm Paul.
This is Bob.
And this is the Talking Dead live in 3D. We are using new software. Hopefully we will go through this very well and we won't have issues. We're running at high CPU, but I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be good.
There's a little bit of silicon right now going.
It's screaming and crying. But I think we're good. We're broadcasting. I can see everything. Welcome to the show. It's been a while. We haven't had a show in 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And it's good to be back. It's good to record too. But
oh yeah, don't forget to.
Yeah, it's been a while. Okay, we did that. So, welcome. And let me pop this. Is that a twist or is that a?
Oh, open it like a man.
No, I need a bottle opener.
Oh, I got one. I think it might not be a twist off.
It's not a twist off.
Oh, apparently it's not.
That's why I was saying, where's my?
You can do, I met a guy once that did these. We used to do it with his teeth.
Yeah, that's a. You want to talk about a trip to the dentist?
Seriously. Like, why would you?
I don't know.
Why would you purposely do that to yourself?
I don't know.
Because it's cool.
Chicks dig it.
Yeah,
chicks love it.
Chicks dig chip teeth.
That's why
I love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. All
Ever
the
since
rednecks
I
that I
got my
know.
wisdom teeth out, ladies been hitting me up. Yeah.
It's true.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So what's new? You got your wisdom teeth out last weekend.
I got them out last week,
That's what we
last
did.
Thursday.
Yeah? How'd that go?
I'll just drink one of this. It's funny. The doctor.
She was going to take a drink.
the doctor, when I woke up, was like, "You did a really great job, Paul." And I was like,
"It's like what we do, have sex."
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, was there videos? I mean, he was a good-looking guy, so he had cool glasses on.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah. I was really amazed at how stretchy your mouth was.
You're like really.
I don't know how I'm supposed to take that. I mean, I could just get everything in there really well. I'm still not so sure. I mean,
you sure that's what we did?
Yeah,
that's all we did.
Right? Well, that was the weird thing is my throat hurt, and I don't know why. He said that he stuffed.
I'm sure he's
paper towels down there,
to absorb everything, so you don't swallow.
You don't want you to get a stomach ache from that. You've been on anesthesia. No, to keep the teeth from falling back. But yeah, so I go in, and of course I've never had any kind of surgery before, or ever been put under, so I was a little nervous. And they're like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "Well, I guess, kind of." And they're like, "Here, try nitrous." And they stick this thing on. And I was like, all right, fine. And so, I'm a little shaky. I'm nervous. And then the doctor comes in and he's like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. And by then the nitrous had been running for like 7 minutes. I was like, whatever. And he was like, so blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, whatever. You're going to feel a little pinch now. And they stick it in. Yeah. They didn't even get to a countdown. He was like, you're going to. And I was like, then all of a sudden there's a nurse walking me and I'm sitting in the car. I'm like, oh,
hey,
yeah, I feel really well rested. So
awesome.
And at first I was like, man, I can't believe everyone makes such a big deal out of this.
Yeah.
The doctor even called that night. Just want to make sure you're okay, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm fine. You did really well. You did really good job. I was like, I just slept. But that's what I told him, and he's like, "But a really good job." So I was like, "All right, apparently I'm the best person to take teeth out of."
That's kind of creepy.
Yeah, and they said it was actually more complex than they thought, but that I did a great job. Right. So I pulled through asleep. So
you should go to sleep more often.
Yeah, I know, right? Apparently I'm a better guy when I'm sleeping. So. I'm like, man, this is nothing. Why are people complaining? And then all of a sudden I ran out of Percocet.
And then
and I was like, oh, this sucks. So, yeah. And then I developed what they call the dry socket. And one of my,
awesome. You've been sucking too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really good.
Apparently so. And you're asleep.
Yeah.
So we're told.
So who knows what that... yeah. I went back for my checkup. And,
coincidence? I think not.
Oh, hey, let's put you in the chair that goes all the way down.
But doctor, that's about
It's not necessary.
waist height. What?
Yeah.
What do you?
Why is there a webcam in this room?
Well, we actually have footage of that. If you want.
right. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Glad you pulled through.
Yeah. Well, I had to go back and they like stuffed this medicated thing that's like, it's like this I don't know, some kind of fabric that dissolves eventually.
Yeah.
And it's similar to clove oil. It's a little different, and he just because that one tooth was really hurting, or lack of tooth, the one gaping hole. So he just like jams it in. I'm like, oh my god.
You're like, thanks.
But I kept quiet. He's like, you did really good. I was like, thank you. I know we're like this.
You've got a
We're-
reputation.
Yeah,
Nicole.
yeah.
Well,
So
I mean, at the other dentist office, they gave you rose or flour and a
yeah,
bag.
I had to go back to him because here's the thing: this side, my left, is all like jacked up from this like messed up one, and right before I went in to get the surgery done, I had to get a filling, my last filling before on my right side. And when they do the tooth, they add all the stuff. They tell you to bite down and readjust, and they put a little too much stuff in. So when I bite down, it shoots like electricity pain up because it's putting pressure on the other tooth. So the one side that's healed well, I can't eat on.
Well.
So it's like it's been a crap week.
That sounds awesome.
Except for all the free drugs. Well, they're not free. They're like $4 each. Thank you, Jeanette.
prescriptions.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, those two. No. Yeah. It's getting better. So
Awesome. So cool.
that's my week. Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Sitting around watching Netflix.
You see any good movies?
No. I watched some serious crap. I tried to make it through Demonic Toys, and that was fucking awful. I mean, I knew it was full moon, but still. What else did I try? I tried something else that I couldn't make it through. Toy Story 3. That's what I watched. It was really good.
It's delightful.
Yeah, it was. Tearjerker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
So what's new with you, Bob?
Nothing. Just glad to be back.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding last week, and I thought of you guys. I was
Right.
like, man, I'm at a wedding. And the wedding was on a boat. It was on the American Rover.
I've done 2 or 3 weddings on there. I love that boat.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But I think it was a cool wedding, and it was all. But I don't know who they had as like they had like a DJ playing music, and I don't know. He was the worst DJ ever because he played this weird mashup of all your favorite songs, but then like as soon as he'll play like a 30-minute bit of the song, as soon as like you're like listening to the song,
Yeah.
like you want to sing along, it like changes to another song. I was
You
like,
know,
what? Just stop it.
He didn't do that, by the way. They buy him like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
That is obnoxious.
I guess
there's
'cause-
just a
'cause the
handful of like
yeah.
pre-made crap that's like it'll go from I don't know, and then it goes into like shout, and then as soon as it gets good, it goes into some other crap.
As
And
soon as you're starting to enjoy it,
It
and
like-
it switches it up
yeah.
into something. And I was
overly
like, dude, are you
danced up
teasing me?
version of like 1950s kind of. It's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, like it was all songs I love in a format that made me hate them all.
Yeah, that's a wedding.
Bringing
Yeah, I guess
happiness
so,
to
yeah.
all.
Yeah,
But it was cool to be on the boat, and they didn't play the on the boat song. The what is that those guys from Saturday Night Live?
I don't know.
Lonely Island.
yeah. I'm on a boat.
Yeah,
The, one
I
with-
thought like that would be the obvious song.
Yeah. Yeah. The Spirit of Norfolk is an awful ship to go on.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
like the big one. It's got the worst goddamn food I've ever had in my life. And I have been to a lot of weddings with some shitty food, but it takes the cake. The American Rover is a really cool boat. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, well, it was a
'Cause
sailing boat too. So
Yeah,
they had the
it's got all
sails
the
up
cables. It's got that giant, looks like tuba horn coming out of the
Yeah.
middle of the deck, and
They
you-
fired a cannon.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Scared the
You gotta
shit out of
watch
me.
your
I had
head
no
every,
idea.
every time you go under. You almost hit your head on those little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was really nice. That was a neat idea. I'd never seen
Yeah,
the wedding.
they're
on the
nice.
boat
I like
that.
them out there.
Awesome.
Was it kind of in the evening?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they sailed out in
Apparently, I know the wedding scene.
Yeah,
He's
right.
looking at me like I'm like, yeah.
we sailed out and then we caught the fireworks over Harbor Park for the ball game.
That's nice.
And yeah, it was really cool.
Cool. So we got teeth pulled and a wedding.
And weddings.
And a
What
wedding.
else is going on?
Dude, that's it. Well, what's going on? I mean,
Isn't it your birthday Monday?
My birthday is Monday. Yeah.
No shit, really?
Yeah, no shit. I'm gonna go see Transformers.
Are you?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I saw
At
Transformers.
What is this? We did this last
I
time.
know, on air.
Wait, in 3D.
In 3D.
3D no less.
Is this the same wrapping paper you used last
It
year?
probably is. I don't have any fucking friends. This is it. It's you two guys.
All right. Well, here.
And mad props to the skinny guy when he shows up. I'll
Yeah.
count him in.
Should I open this on air?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do it.
Is it battery operated?
Actually, yeah.
That's secret. That's secret. That's the one that we can't show the wire.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's called the home wrecker.
I smell Tron.
Well, I figured we'd stick with the same theme.
Because last year I got the Tron T-shirt.
The Tron 1 t-shirt, yeah.
I can't open this shit. All right, here we go. Word Tron.
You gotta hold it up to the microphone. and
I
hit
will
the
do
button.
it. You know Miley's gonna hate you.
I know. I tried to get the big one, but Jan wouldn't let me.
You should have got it. No.
Yeah.
You like bikes?
So this is the Tron Deluxe Clue. Tron action figure. Let me see if I can. Let me turn up the mic.
You gotta go for the action. You always go for the bad guys.
Yeah. Wait.
Rutger is our destiny.
It is our destiny. The face moves and talks.
It's awesome. Look,
I
the
know.
little
Face
face
moves?
lights up.
Yeah, look.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
isn't that the coolest thing?
That's badass.
I was looking for the life-size disc, but they ran out of those.
Oh, yeah.
They have them all on
Yeah.
because they got to make room for all the cars shit now.
Well,
So-
yeah, because they're coming out.
So it's like,
Well, they're-
like half price.
Well, they got the.
That's the
Yeah. Awesome. Here it is in 3D. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Tron Legacy. Deluxe Clue. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to play with this the whole show. Y'all can talk
It's like
now.
when I brought over the.
Oh, when you brought over the.
I should bring those back.
That was our one of the first shows that we started broadcasting in 3D.
Yeah, it was
And-
when Josh had first said he was going to move to Florida.
Yeah.
Over. It was
Yeah.
the stylophone and the stylophone drum machine.
That's awesome.
And we played Usher's Yes on it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, I'm gonna play with this. It's awesome. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm having sex with it right now. I have too much shit up here.
I know. I thought
Yay!
I would just add to it.
I know. No, I love it. I love it. We just won't tell Miley. I was like, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, exactly.
So, real quick before we move on and get into the show, as you can see, we are broadcasting with a new video broadcasting software. We're using the trial version. We're making sure all the bugs, actually we can work with it and it's going to be good before we actually spend the money for it. So we have a trial video banner on the side of it, which is cool. I bought a new graphics card because, as you know, if you're a longtime listener of Zombie Popcorn, Talking Dead, or any of the live broadcasts that we've done, we have major issues with everything that I'm using taking up a lot of CPU,
Right.
and it's because I don't have a graphics card. Because when I got this computer, I wasn't planning on doing this. So Bob brought over his computer, which is comparable to the same stats, some high in areas, some low
He's
in
got a
areas.
faster processor.
And that's but the only main difference to it is that he has an external, not external, but he has a non-integrated graphics card.
Mhm.
And we booted everything up, streamed live,
bad motherfucker.
did it,
Awesome.
and we got like 27
Yeah.
Nice.
CPU.
Yeah.
So with that logic, we say, well, we'll invest in a decent graphics card and try that and take some of the pull off the CPU, and so we can have better quality, video with
Right.
it. And once that happens, we can have more visuals, more stuff going on with that. And so far, I mean, with this new software, so far it doesn't look like we have had any lag or
Oh,
any
that's
problem.
good.
It's been good.
I didn't realize how finicky that 3D camera is.
Yeah.
until we tried this off.
It took us because It's a bitch. It's
Yeah.
I don't even know what we did. It just like magically started working after 2 hours of futzing with it.
and then after like 2 hours of working with it, it was like 3 minutes. Okay, we were done. We tested everything.
Yeah, that's always how it is.
So that's the next broadcast, next Saturday broadcast, and next Thursday broadcast
Awesome.
of This Non-Religious Life. We will have a new graphics card, and hopefully really good quality everything, because
Yeah. Now all we got to do is work on the content.
that's what we're doing now. With that said, I have one more announcement, and then we can move on to the content.
This is
We
like
have-
the minutes of last week's meeting or stuff. Like if you're listening to this,
You're like, well,
Paul, would you please read the minutes from last week?
one final announcement, and then we'll jump into this. We have 5 days left for This Non-Religious Life Indiegogo fundraiser. So the crew from This Non-Religious Life, me, Ken, and Bob, can get down to Texas to document, interview, and record the events of the Response. And the Response is an event hosted by the American Family Association in conjunction with Governor Perry, the governor of
That
Texas.
part's so fucked up.
And what they're asking is people from all religions to come to Texas, to come to Houston, Texas, for this one-day event to pray to Jesus to solve America's problems. And so we want to go down there and document it. And one of the main reasons I want to document it, we all have personal reasons why we want to be down there, but one of the main reasons that I want to go is because the American Family Association, it has been labeled a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Right.
Because of their views on homosexuality. They are the forefront, number one propaganda pusher of anti-gay literature, books, movies, whatever, videos, whatever. And
It's like a
with
modern Sodom and Gomorrah.
yeah, pretty much. So with that said, there are going to be a lot of protests, or not necessarily protests, just
Right.
people demonstrating. I guess it's protests, it's semantics, but whatever. There's going to be a lot of people down there.
Oh, you're anti-Semitic too?
Yeah. Down there objecting this
Right.
event for that and for constitutional, because
Yeah.
Governor Perry's
The governor is
putting a
involved,
stamp pretty much on everything. So we want to go down there and document this. So the way you can help us, we only have 5 days left, and we've raised a good chunk of money, but yet not enough. You can go to Indiegogo.com/TheRebuttal. The Rebuttal is all one word, and donate. You can donate as much as you want, as little as you want. And when you do, we have gifts that we give you. Everything from, an autograph photo from the event of us, which is at the low end, all the way up to a virtual party that
It's just
you
awesome
invited.
because, I mean, I know you.
But we've already had people at that level donating
I know,
money
it's
for it.
Awesome.
And then
I
for
think
that-
I'm going to donate so I can
So you can get one. That'd be awesome. But there's been a couple of people who have donated at the $100 level, and what that gives you is a spot on our program, on our recording, on This Non-Religious Life recording. We've had a couple people who've done that, so that's really awesome.
That's
But time is counting down. We only have 5 more days left, and if we don't raise this money, we don't go.
Right.
So we need your help. So please take a moment to do that. And now let's get on with the show. Starting off with the first topic, which we're going to start having graphics in between these.
Yeah.
So our first category tonight is classic horror and not so
Woo,
classic.
I love classic. Oh, yeah, that's because I brought it up.
Now, this is Paul's idea. We're getting function to the show now.
We were watching other people and we were like, God, they look like they know what
They
they're doing.
they know what they're doing. So I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna take a break.
Yeah.
You sent me
This
a.
is like CBS Sunday Morning. Like, we'll have maybe we can get Mo Rocca on here.
But see, when we get that graphics card, we'll
Yeah, Mo Rocca. I heard you guys have a new graphics card.
No, but it's all good. So I want to take a moment. You sent me a video.
Mm-hmm.
Set up this video for me while I set up.
I almost forgot the name of it. I can't even remember how I found it. It's an old video. It's a couple of years old.
Yeah.
It was done in conjunction with, I think I found it on AMC's website, or there was a link. I think AMC took it down. It's on traileraddict.com. I can't remember who made it. I know Eli Roth is in it. He has a bit part. And a couple other people. The guy that's in Reanimator is the cameraman.
Oh, yeah.
In it. It's hilarious if you like classic horror movies or you're even vaguely familiar with all of the Universal monsters. And I believe it's called the Universal Talent Agency.
Oh, is this the one where the monsters are like they're real?
Yeah,
I've seen that video before.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
What is it called? Do we have it written down?
I didn't write the name down because I thought you had.
I mean, we're still working on it. We'll get the graphics card. We'll write stuff down.
We'll write stuff
But we'll show up sober probably.
No, that won't happen.
And not on mild narcotics. So
I don't think that'll ever change. But anyway, it's
about a talent agency that represents all of the Universal monsters that we all know and love, like Dracula, the Mummy, Invisible Man, Creature of the Black Lagoon. I love the opening scene because it's like so close to the original cave of the creature from the Black Lagoon. And then it goes into like atomic zombie testing and all this stuff. But it's really cute, really fun.
It is. It's 7 minutes. It's over 7 minutes long, but so we're not going to play the whole thing. We just want to give it a little teaser.
Oh, we've had more than 7 minutes of dead air on here. I don't. Yeah, we'll play a clip though.
Here it is.
The next setup is on the deck of the Rita. Let's go!
Hollywood, California, showbiz capital of the world. Whether it's cowboys and Indians, gangsters, or glamour gals, it's the job of the big studios to give the public what it wants. But what to do when the public wants monsters? Well, you call the United Monster Talent Agency. For years, their clients have thrilled audiences with spine-tingling menace and the...
It's funny. I'm gonna kill it there, but
all right.
If you want to go see it, you can check it out. AMC has it. Just I'm sure if you type in monster, they'll come up.
Type in
Universal
like
Monster Talent Agency.
Yeah, Universal Monster Talent Agency or something like that, and it'll come up.
It's awesome. It's you gotta watch the whole thing. It's really good. It's really fun. Wasn't the first 3D movie we saw together Final Destination?
Yes.
Final Destination 5 3D is coming out.
That's awesome.
I know, and it hits theaters August 12th this year. I'm excited.
We love these movies, although you've only seen that one. I've seen all the Final Destinations. And I always talk about how much I love them because it's like watching the first Final Destination on repeat.
Yeah.
Like, every damn one is exactly the same as the one before it.
It's true.
Just with a different kill. And even then, the kill is vaguely close to the one before it. It's such a formula, but it's just fun.
But the 3D element of it is awesome.
Fun in 2D, but it's real fun in 3D.
It was amazingly fun in 3D.
And it is nothing classy about the 3D. It's
Nope.
all there's no depth to anything.
It's
all
no
coming
Avatar
out into your face. Yeah.
But that's what makes it good. I mean,
it's total lowbrow fun.
I love it because it hits the theaters August 12th, so you know what we'll be doing around that time. It's gonna go see another 3D movie. It'd be awesome. I'm excited about it.
This movie must be a writer's dream. because like you just sit around in a room and like, what is the most fucked up way that you could
Yeah.
die? And I even think they must give away one of the best ones on the trailer when the girl's stuck in the LASIK eye laser machine.
Yeah. And usually, though,
That
what
was
you
from-
see in the
yeah.
trailer isn't like. There's so many stupid things that lead. It's like that game Mousetrap that no one
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
played. You know, we all at least knew someone that had it. And I've asked lots of people when we talk about games and stuff about it. I've yet to meet any person that ever played the game. You just set the shit up, you crank the little thing, the ball went down, the man dives, the thing goes down. No one's ever played that game.
Yeah.
That's the allure of Final Destination movies. It's just
Can you just pull it closer?
it has to
Gotcha.
be a blast to sit around all day and think up ways to kill teenagers. I mean,
I do that, and I'm not. I don't even write scripts.
Yeah. He's just got this room full of yellow Post-its with like, stick figure pictures, and
Well, that's the beauty of the Final Destination movies. Like everybody dies in just the strangest, most exorbitant fashion. Like,
there's like one person that's still alive. That chick that's in the asylum. I don't know. She may have been killed by now, but
nobody ever dies like they got mugged and shot and killed.
no, no.
Well, it's always something that you see coming, but there's a twist to it that you
Yeah.
don't see
The
it coming
rock
that way.
Comes out of the
lawnmower and tags.
and it hits someone in the head, but that's not the person it kills. They bump into something which causes, I don't know, a child's chemistry set that's set up to do, which sets off the smoke detectors, which makes someone slip and their elbow hits.
And then they try to run away from whatever's happening in the building, run out in the street, and get hit by a bus.
You know what it reminds me of is the Eon Flux cartoons. Before they started making them like the longer half-hour ones, when it was just on liquid television, real early on MTV. I don't know if you remember them, but
Yeah.
Eon Flux would battle all these people and do all these crazy flips, and then at the end she would step on a thumbtack and fall and
Yeah.
die
Yeah.
like every time. It was just, they were great.
They were a good time. So I'm excited about that. August 12th. Mark
Do you
your
think
calendar.
do you think they copped out a little bit because it's like Final Destination 5, but then they didn't make the F the 5, so it's like Final Destination. Everybody's joking about that.
What
I
is it?
haven't seen any of the stuff for it yet.
No.
Because apparently there was an early promo where it was Final Destination, but the 5 was the F in Final.
Oh.
And everybody's like, anal destination.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's like the 2012 Olympic logo that is it London that's doing them. I can't remember. It's the ugliest font ever, and I think Iran is protesting. They don't want to go because it's written 2-0 and then 1-2 under it. So like the Philadelphia Love
Right.
art, LOV, but it's so sloppy and jagged that the 2 looks like a Z. And if you this is like really stretching this country. So if you read it down instead of across, it looks like ZION. And it looks like, and they're saying it's Zion and it's pro, it's anti them and pro. And
That is a stretch.
Yeah. And England's like, look, we just don't have taste. It is the shittiest design I've ever seen, and everyone's complaining that it looks like a fucking 6-year-old
That's
did it, out of finger paints. And I remember reading that. I was like, what the hell?
That's awesome.
It's weird, some of the excuses countries come up. There was I don't even really keep up with sports, but I was reading about a soccer game. I guess it was at the big thing that's going on now. What do they play?
Women's World Cup.
Yeah. The North Koreans lost a game, and they you read this shit. They said it was because earlier in the week they were all struck by lightning. So they haven't fully recuperated.
The North Korean women lost to U.S. women.
Yeah, because
that was
they
the
were
first
struck.
game of the group play.
Because they were struck.
They were
by
struck by lightning. Of course. But you know what? That's just one of a string of bizarre shit that comes out of North Korea.
Everything they say is weird, but
But that is new, right?
Yeah. It's
one commenter was like, did the coach get struck by lightning, or was it like one key player? And he's like,
Right.
no, the whole team. We all got struck
Yeah.
by lightning.
we were scoring proficiently, and we all walked around a North Korean flagpole, and we were on the metal base, and we were just thinking of ways to be more productive as a team, and it got struck, and I have no idea how that happens, but I'm sure it's some really awesome Final Destination kind of scenario.
You know he's probably going to be in the Final Destination 5.
I can only hope.
Really? That's awesome. So, August 12th, Final Destination. I hold in my hand here a screener that Bob let me borrow of Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh, nice.
I have not seen it yet. Huh?
Oh, yeah. The
Was that-
colors are supposed to be so great in that. It's like really vivid and
Yeah, it's like it's got a
weird.
saturated color palette. It's cool.
Yeah. Rutger how I can't ever say his last name.
Rutger Hauer.
Thank you. Is a star in that movie.
Yeah.
But he's also going to be the star in Dario Argento's Dracula 3D. He's playing Van Helsing. And let me try and put this up on the video. There's some photos that they've just released from this film, and it looks amazing. I'm really excited about this film. See, because it's going to be in 3D. That's why I'm excited. It's Dario Argento, and it's definitely a hardcore period piece for it. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Everything.
Look at
I like Argento. It just seems like everything he makes looks like he filmed it in his backyard, like that day.
I think that's just called an Italian movie.
Yeah.
Have you not seen? Yeah, let's get Tony Anthony on.
Yeah. Here's what they did, Bob. You listening to me? Shut
No,
the fuck up. I got a story to tell.
But the
Yeah.
screenshots, I know.
He's always been working. He's never been out of work.
Yeah, he hasn't been around in a while. I think Hobo with
Here.
a Shotgun. Yeah, that's true. He's probably in. He's Danish.
Yeah, he actually I sorry. I'm moving this microphone around. You'd think as an audio guy I would realize that
it's not a good thing. Look at him. He's
So yeah. So,
yeah, just blowing.
So I read an article with him. He runs some kind of show over there that's like a kind of like a Project Greenlight here, where it's like
Yeah, that's
working
cool.
with first time filmmakers and getting their projects and stuff up on the ground. So he does a lot of that.
Nice.
I don't know. I think that the old film look that he
hope-
puts to it will add.
Yeah. You said he's Van Helsing in this?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, which is really exciting. I think with his style of directing, the way he makes everything look, it'd be really good. It'd be awesome in 3D.
I've seen things.
And if it's not, it's just going to look like Dark Shadows from PBS.
You know the Dark Shadows house that they used for the exterior shots is in New York, like just 20 minutes out of New York City?
Is it really?
Yeah.
I did not know this. I did not know this.
That's all the info I got.
Yeah. You know, it's awesome. You say that you don't like games, like video games. You don't.
I mean,
you
I
don't. It's
don't
not that
really
you don't
play.
like them. You just don't. You don't
the
play
only
'em.
ones I played, I had that, it was for the Sony PlayStation 1. It was like Medieval 2 or whatever, or that little
Oh, yeah,
skeleton.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that game. But I suck so bad at them. The only way I play a game is if I have the do not die code, so I can just walk around and be in the world. I could really give a shit about doing well. So I'm horrible at games. That's part of the reason I don't play.
Well, then you're in luck because two classic games that we played when we were kids
Love
are now
both.
becoming movies. One, Asteroids, and the second one is Space Invaders.
Awesome. It's about time for Space Invaders. You think that would have been done a long time
Well, I
ago.
think it has World of
I
the
mean,
Worlds,
okay,
all the
really,
Will Smith movies.
If you
all
say
the,
I'm gonna, I mean, this isn't like basing a movie on a game now, like you're basing it on Resident Evil or something. There's a little more story to go by.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm scratching my head, like, how in the fuck? do
Well,
make
you
a
could
Space
say that
Invaders
War of
game?
the Worlds was based off of Space Invaders
Yeah.
if War of the Worlds wasn't written way before it.
yeah. So, but
it would be so awesome. Do you ever watch Futurama?
Yeah.
There was there's like the big guy that's like from Cercio Plantasis or whatever. He's one of the space guys. He was attacking Fry and everyone, and they had their armada, and he's like, down to the left, down to the left. I'm getting closer. I'm going to move one more down and go to the left faster. And it was just like, that was his strategy. And it was just the Space Invaders. And they moved like it. And Fry, like, he was like, I know this is going to be crazy, but I'm going to shoot through our guard. And they're like, no. And he starts winning. But I mean, how the hell can you really say you're basing them off of these games? Unless Asteroids is just the entire
it's
movie
a little
is
triangle.
that's spinning in a circle.
With a little.
Oh no, a piece is coming for us. Spin. I would like to see them make the game, the movie out of the game Berserk.
That would be awesome.
Remember it had like the electric walls
Shooting
around?
robots.
Yes.
What they did, it was Running Man.
Yeah,
And then they had Smash TV from it.
But this is what I'm saying. This is like you can pick any movie and
Yeah.
go, oh, that was totally... It's so classic. It was based off of...
But the reason they're named that is because they're actually buying the rights to the name from Hasbro. But they said they're looking for writers for the scripts now for both films. And they said with Asteroids, since there's not a base story involved, that they can pretty much create anything they want.
Then why even buy the rights to it?
I know. Why do you got to buy the rights to Asteroid or Space Invaders?
Why don't you just get the right?
Like you get a guy like, all right,
Just
we're
leave
doing-
off the S and call it Asteroid. You're
Like,
good.
I know, right? Like what is the writer's criterion? Okay, you're the writer for the movie Asteroids, and at some point the spaceship has to shoot an asteroid.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I love that Hasbro is
Like,
like,
more than
we
once
should
would
totally
be
make
nice.
more
What's
movies.
funny is I guess there is this if you have that name brand behind it,
Oh,
it
you've
automatically
got the
sells
cult
because
following for a lot of
because the
people.
guy who's producing it is the guy who produced Transformers, and he also produced the G.I. Joe movies.
Those make more sense because they were a cartoon series as well.
But there was a story involved
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I mean,
And but that was like in the
Pac-Man
area
has
of-
more of a story.
Give it time. Give it time.
Yeah. I thought there was a
never-
Pac-Man. No, there's
There's a
just the
cartoon.
cartoon.
There's
yeah.
cereal.
But like,
that's
but you never
terrible.
asked those questions when you were playing Space Invaders. You were never like, "Why are the aliens invading?
Yeah.
What do they want? I don't know."
Yeah.
Like you didn't. Like you never.
I think they're just peaceful. They're
Yeah.
misunderstood.
At no point in the Asteroids game, you're like, "How did I get here?
Yeah.
Why am I even in the
Is this
middle
the
of an
Van
asteroid
Allen
field?"
belt, or am I at a different asteroid chain?
Well, I'm glad somebody's going to iron all that out
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
I bet the gravity from Jupiter, with all its mass, is pulling some of these around.
I'm just in the ring of Saturn. What?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this isn't right. This is just moon fragments that are caught up in the gravitational pull of a large gas giant.
We should write this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, you laughed. That
Yeah,
you-
yeah. Apparently, the three of us together have the criteria to make a Hasbro movie.
Except we just don't have the money to buy the name.
Yeah,
That's the only
Yeah.
thing. But it is funny that because they're doing Battleship too. I mean, like, what the
That's
fuck?
another one. Like, how?
yeah. That is retarded.
What the hell kind of backstory can you?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Pearl Harbor? No.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
right.
we're lost out at sea on this weird grid.
Wait, what is that? 4B4? What?
Oh shit, that's where we are.
Yeah. I know
Don't
you're-
worry, we're just the small ship, whatever it's called.
I just want, because that's the hardest one to find.
Yeah.
I just hope when they do the movie
Guess
that
who?
anytime a boat goes down, there's somebody going, we just sink their
You
battleship.
should sink my battleship.
You hear it in
I
the
was
distance?
talking to Jan about Battleship right before we got out.
playing it
here.
all week. I have been.
Wow. I read a Yahoo article that was about like the most controversial games of all
Yes,
time.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah,
The Battleship
you-
box.
That one wasn't really controversial, but the art on it was hilarious. It was a battleship game from the 1950s, and on the cover is the father and son playing Battleship, and they're like, yeah, laughing, having a good time. And in the background, the mother and the daughter are washing dishes.
They're in the kitchen, looking on, watching them play and have fun while they're like drying dishes.
It was fucking hilarious.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah. You gotta love it.
Yeah, that is so.
We talked about a
This
movie.
is way
called-
more tense than tic-tac-toe. It's one more.
It's one. It's two more.
It's Connect 4. No, 3 in a row.
I'm just kidding.
Although tic-tac-toe, the movie, would be
It would be really
yeah.
amazing.
Wasn't that War Games?
Yeah. Shoots and Ladders would have a better story than or Candyland. At least give me a game that's set in some kind of cool world.
Wildcraft.
Yeah. The game of life. Sorry, there's just this big popping. That was the coolest thing about Sorry. The die.
Nobody played that game either.
No,
They
you just
did
hit
that.
it. I played it once.
Anyway, Hellraiser Revelations. We talked about it a couple, probably about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and they did a secret screening at a venue in LA.
Old Maid. All right, sorry.
What's that?
I'm just thinking of crap games.
Uncle Wiggly.
Old Maid. Yeah.
But anyway, the DVD hits October 18th of this year. Doug Bradley is not in this film,
So sad.
but
Doug
Pinhead
Bradley
is.
Is he the actor that normally plays Pinhead?
Pinhead, yeah, he's played in every single Hellraiser film up to now, and
He was really good in the first the films.
well, he's been good in all of them.
Yeah, he's
but
been good. The films.
The films, are just, yeah,
Not
that's
his
a different
fault.
story.
He has the greatest voice, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that audio book
Yeah, I still have
that
it.
he read, he reads the horror stories.
Yeah,
from.
he's got
Pretty
a couple
awesome.
of
Yeah. Which you can check
Renegade
out on Zombie Popcorn
Entertainment
Book
or
Club.
Renegade Arts Entertainment.
So
or something.
is this upcoming Hellraiser? Is this a Clive Barker
No,
Hellraiser? Or
no, this is
something else?
somebody buying the rights to it and or to the rights to
Because I
the
remember we
story.
talked about there was going to be a comic book.
Well, the
that
comic
Clive
book came out.
Barker was writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was returning to the Hellraiser material, but I haven't read those.
Well, I
yet.
think
don't
he
know
was
if they were
probably
gonna do it or not.
returning to it because there's 2 Hellraiser films in the making. This one that was released at one theater
One's
or
already been
screener.
shelved, hasn't it?
That's what this one is. This
Yeah.
is that same one.
Yeah.
And now it's making its DVD.
Yeah, like did it play in the?
It only played at one theater in California
Uh,
for 2 days, and that was it.
That doesn't bode well.
Because it was slated as a direct to DVD movie already, and then for some reason they did this one-off.
Well, sometimes films like that they won't play in like a general release. They'll play a festival circuit. You know,
Yeah.
they'll be at like Horror Fest,
Yeah.
or Fantastic Fest, or something like that. They'll
They
make
do.
the rounds there and build up some word of mouth.
But I think they didn't even worry about
Unless there's
trying to do
nothing
that.
to build.
Right, yeah.
But the reviews from that one, the people who saw that one-off screening was horrible. They
Oh,
were
good.
It was bad.
Well, that makes
In theaters is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's really no information out about it other than the release date that it's hitting theaters. That's the only information out about it right now.
So is it did they take Tobe Hooper's movie or is it?
No, this is it says here that this is the only information out for it. They said that the story picks up decades after Tobe's original classic.
So and it's not
So it's
a Rob
just-
Zombie remake.
No, it is not. It's not. See, that's another thing we don't know. They have not released director. They have not released writer. They have not released actors or characters, story plot or anything other than what I just
I'm
said.
not a big Texas Chainsaw fan.
Why?
It's not. I've just never. I mean, I liked the original. I never finished watching the remake because Jan wanted to turn it off. She didn't like it, so.
I thought the remakes were really good. Both the sequel and the.
Yeah, I got
thought-
a friend I was talking to about this. I'm not really into like the crazy hillbillies or the crazy like backwood people or crazy family
That's my
flick.
peeps.
I know. Well, I know. And my friend was like, "Dude, these are me and my wife's favorite. We like live for like Wrong Turn 2 and all that stuff." Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of them are good.
I mean, the remake is good. It was really well done. And
it was fucking intense. What I saw.
yeah,
I mean, it
yeah.
was-
And if this one is in 3D and still holds up to that caliber,
yeah,
I'm excited. I am way.
yeah.
That's going to be the movie of the year, the horror movie of the year, if it's that same caliber and in 3D.
Yeah, that would
Because
be
that
pretty
shit would be
intense.
fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I might go see it. I just won't go see it with Jan. She won't go.
Yeah.
So it'll just be us.
What about Wolfman? We talked about this.
Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm just like, I think they're changing the name now to like
to werewolf.
Werewolf. I don't know if it's going to be the same story. is it Lyle Talbot and like the whole family. The new Wolfman was okay. It was pretty cool. It definitely had some flaws.
Yeah.
And it was torn apart and rewritten and reshot and all this stuff. And I wish it would have done better. But I wish it would have been better.
Yeah.
But,
It would probably done better.
Yeah. But, it kind of reminds me, and I haven't seen any of these, but like The Incredible Hulk, where they just won't fucking leave it alone. They're like, all right, sorry, let's try it this way.
Well, I think I think you're talking about the Wolfman with Benicio del Toro, right?
Yeah.
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 You know this one? That was like that whole movie was like it was a steaming pile of mediocrity.
Right.
And it was a testament to filmmaking by committee. There was nobody with a vision. It was all like notes and rewrites, and they fucked it up.
Yeah,
and
they cut it and rewrote it and reshot
they just kept nudging it into the absolute middle ground where it was nothing exceptional.
Yeah. It looks neat.
Yeah,
It looks
He
great.
is great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I guess with that said, that's why they're doing another remake of it. But
And the
they're
only
not calling
reason
it the
that-
Wolfman.
That I
Yeah, I'm
kind
sure
of
they
they
like
like
it.
it.
Werewolf.
distance themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only reason that I kind of like it is because I love the original so much, and I love the story of the Wolfman.
Well, the visuals for
And-
this
Yeah, but
remake was
they need
amazing.
to get a director or some kind of creative.
Oh,
team
it's got to
with
have a little more
vision.
balls to it. Yeah.
that like has a vision of where they want to. Even if that vision is totally fucked up, at least it's a vision, and
Yeah.
we can talk about it as such, but not not the bland.
It sucks too because
pile
the
of plain vanilla
the guy
we got.
Benicio del Toro has like he's so into monster movies
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
all these classic
No,
things.
when I read that he was cast in that,
Yeah,
I was
everyone was,
like,
like,
perfect. That's
excited.
Dude,
really
everybody
great.
freaked the fuck out
yeah,
about
because
that.
he has like his like the entire collection of all the original like famous movies of famous monsters of filmland, and he's like way into it. And the movie was, I mean, it was okay, but
Right, it was just
okay.
Yeah.
I bought it on Blu-ray. It was the first Blu-ray I ever bought because it looked so good. The makeup was so good when they released the first images.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
like
amazing.
yeah. I mean,
Wasn't it a combination of CGI and Rick Baker?
And Rick
practical
Baker,
effects?
yeah.
He's at the top of his game.
Yeah.
He really knows what he's doing, and he's good at it. Man.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
great.
whenever you need a werewolf, you kind of go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
go to Rick
Yeah. Except for American Werewolf in Paris. I should watch that again.
It's a fun movie to watch, though.
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but it saddens me. The Skinny Puppy song is in there, but other than that.
You gotta.
Oh, man, those werewolves were so goddamn bad looking. They were awful.
Yeah. But
These are the things
going
we
back
hate.
to the Wolfman, they changed the name to the Werewolf. They're still working
Right.
on a reboot of the
Right.
same storyline. Last week they announced that the script was going to be written by the rewrite was going to be written by Michael Tabb, and he was supposed to create an original standalone Wolfman flick.
Mm-hmm.
This week they scrapped all that and announced that Louis, I can never say this guy's name, Morneau. He did the film Bats, Hatchet 2, and I've Been Waiting.
Boy, this just keeps getting better.
Yeah, I know. That's not like that's not a really pretty good pedigree.
Yeah,
You know,
he's going to direct the film, and as we said before, it's going to be called Werewolf.
Yeah.
See, no, I think this guy is just another. I think he's just another director for hire. I don't think he really has a vision. He's going to do what the lawyers and the accountants say he needs to do to produce the film.
Yeah. Oh no! Did the go on? Oh well.
We're recording.
So yeah, I know what you're saying. Hopefully, though, I mean, now it just sounds like, all right, screw it, we're just gonna make a werewolf movie.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, out of all the classic monsters, has to be one of the hardest to make. I mean,
Why?
I don't know why. That's the thing, but it seems easier to me to make a good vampire movie than it does to make a good werewolf movie.
Tell that to
Yeah, but
Twilight
see,
fans.
Well,
I
that
think-
Twilight has both.
I think there've been a lot of really good werewolf movies, and there've been a lot of like really fresh takes on. Although that Wes Craven movie Curse was awful, that was god awful.
Yeah,
But you've
It
got
got
like
Christina Ricci
okay,
in it,
the Ginger Snap movies. Were
Oh,
really
those are
cool,
good. Well, that's what I
right?
was going to suggest is that,
And,
except for the third one, what was up with that?
I don't know.
Let's do
I
the
like
same.
that one, though.
I do too. But let's do the exact same story as one. Let's
in
just
the
move it
Klondike.
back. Yeah, 100 years.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
It was like the first
second
movie
one,
over
the
again
end of
with
the
a budget
second
and
one
back in time.
is fucked up. It gets weird.
Yeah.
But the first one, I consider that actually one of the like newer quirky classics of that.
Yeah.
But it just seems to me that werewolf movies aren't as successful, and I don't know if it's less people give a shit about werewolves.
Rob Floyd likes werewolves.
I know he does. He's got the ring to
But,
prove
you know,
it.
so like all of the classic monsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or most of the classic monsters, right? So you know, the vampire movie is obviously Dracula, based on Bram Stoker's book, right? So that, it has a place in literature,
Right.
And so does the Invisible Man, and so
Right.
does Frankenstein. Even though the Frankenstein's monster is like nothing like the
No.
book.
No.
But it does have its
Yeah,
roots in
yeah.
literature, and I don't think the Wolfman has those roots.
No,
it was
completely
just a
made
cool
up.
story. So you could really make anything with a werewolf in it, and
Yeah.
it would be
Yeah, but they just don't seem to have that much. The Mummy is also another Hollywood one.
yeah.
It doesn't really. I mean, there were mummies.
I mean,
That's
come
about
on.
all you got.
Anytime you put
A guy who walks really slow with one hand out
Well, I
and
thought
and a bum leg. You know.
I thought
that's
that
a zombie though.
But yeah.
That the later Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser, I thought that was an interesting take in that it was less a horror movie and more like an action adventure.
Yeah, those
film. And
are
I thought
fun.
they did a really
Yeah.
good job of
Because they
making
just
it
took
an
the-
action adventure.
Yeah, they
film.
took it. They put the Indiana Jones.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It was like Indiana Jones
Until they got
warmed
to
over.
the Scorpion King.
Yeah, that was
The thing, or was The Rock just in the Scorpion King, or was he in like a?
He was
the
in the Scorpion
CGI was so awful in that he looks like a cartoon guy. Anyway, we're
well,
totally.
they beat that horse until it was it was
Yeah.
dead. But you know, the Mummy
Rachel
was an
Weisz
interesting
was
take
great in
where it was less a horror movie, more an action film.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. They keep trying to make these like the Benicio del Toro Wolfman. It tried to be this relaunch of the classic horror film,
Right.
and I don't think it succeeded. I mean, you know,
No,
trying to
it-
have that classic
It
look
didn't,
to
but
it.
I mean, how many other really successful? There was American Werewolf in London.
awesome movie.
Yeah,
Shitty ending.
Yeah. Well.
I love the movie.
Whatever. How
off
else
of-
was it going to end?
I know, but it was just like, oh, we're done. You know,
Yeah.
there was no. I don't know. It was just abrupt. Other than that, it's an awesome movie.
But right. So that's a great werewolf movie. Dog Soldiers is really good.
I haven't seen that.
Dog Soldiers is
the
actually,
Brotherhood of Wolves.
Brotherhood of the Wolf was really cool, and that's
was
more
okay.
of a
No, that was a good movie.
But and also that one's more of an action adventure
Yeah.
movie than a horror
Yeah.
movie. at
And I
all.
mean, there was-
there's another werewolf story that
That's
falls short of the
awful.
mark.
Right. Cursed. Awful
Cursed,
werewolf
awful.
movie. A Wolf with Jack Nicholson. Yeah, see? So, kind of not a very good werewolf. No, don't get me wrong. We could list, because there's been like, I don't know,
Teen Wolf.
600 million.
Teen Wolf, but they're doing a remake. They have a remake of it.
There's a
But a
show
TV show.
on
There's
right
a
now.
TV show.
But
yeah.
all right, so that's a TV show that borrows the name, but it's supposed to have that sort of gothic horror.
I gotta
feel,
say,
not an '80s teen comedy.
Yeah.
At least the new Teen Wolf show, it looks vaguely interesting to me. I mean, I'm not going to sit down and watch it because it's an MTV show. And by principle, I just can't
It
do
seems
that.
kind of tweeny.
Yeah, it is. Well, I
Thank
mean,
you,
it's all
sir.
cashing in on that, you know.
Well, that's what they're
Part
taking
Twilight,
advantage
part,
of our age.
Part Vampire Diaries.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that kind of stuff. Which is cool. I mean, if I was younger, I'd probably be into that because there's nothing else like that on. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems to me like it's hard to make a good werewolf movie, and I don't know why. They just seem
Well,
to be.
maybe the guy who directed Hatchet 2 will do a good job.
You know, I wish
Yeah.
him the best. I just
Do you love me more than ice cream and Jesus? Sex scene in
Yep.
Hatchet 2.
I remember you came on the show, and you're like, "Oh my god, the best line." The only good thing
that
about
just
this
seems kind of sacrilegious to me. The whole trailer is just like this guy getting it on with this chick, like, and you're seeing it from the front, and it's all, you know,
She's bent
doggy
over,
style.
maybe.
Yeah, I guess. And
They're out in the woods.
it's like that. It's just them conversating during sex, and she's like, "Oh, am I good? Do you love me more than? Do you like me more than Jesus?" And he's going. He's like, "That just seems kind of wrong."
But the ending of the clip was awesome.
It was like I had you coming.
The dude gets decapitated, and she's like, "Woo!" Because he starts convulsating, and
It's retarded.
so that's the vein of the director.
Right. Now because all the wolf movies are like, "Oh, I got bit. What's going on? No one believes me. I kind of don't want this. Oh, I kind of like this new strength and power, but I'm really a good guy. I don't,
So why does
love will
Spider-Man
conquer-"
take off and werewolf movies?
Yeah,
don't?
I don't know. I'd like to see someone make a werewolf movie where the werewolf was an asshole to begin with.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to exploit shit out of this and become super evil.
So he'll be like Hannibal Lecter, but as a werewolf.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be kind of cool.
And then we could also bring back, his name, the actor, Hannibal Lecter, was in
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins, who now
Who was in the werewolf?
yeah,
Or the Wolfman, rather.
Yeah.
and pretty cool in it. I mean, it was alright.
Yeah.
But he now every role he does is like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
a mean
even-
father, Hannibal Lecter.
Even
in
when
the
he was that
Exorcism
priest
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Was it
Hannibal
right?
Lecter. Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Mm.
Yeah, you get typecast.
Yeah.
You get old. You say this
He
is
was
easy
good
for
in
me.
Howard's End.
Yeah.
Speaking of old, Alien, the movie. Love the Alien. I used to collect all the. It's funny that you gave me Tron because I used to collect all the Alien figures.
Mhm.
A plot for the upcoming film Riley Scott is making has finally been released about it.
Yeah, I read this on the document you sent me. I'm excited that Ridley Scott is doing any sci-fi.
I know, it's
'Cause he's-
so awesome.
Yeah. What Spielberg is to cheesy music in a movie,
Yeah.
he is to good sci-fi.
It is, and they're right now, as we speak, set up in Iceland, filming this film.
Nice.
What's the name of it? It's Prometheus, right?
Yeah, and it's a prequel to Alien.
That all right. So
Oh,
that's
really?
The,
Yeah.
I didn't know
All right,
that.
that's the buzz. Like that's the rumor, but that's not confirmed.
I hope
Well,
it's
the-
not
the-
true.
Even
Well,
in the
the-
plot details that's in
Yeah.
there. Read the plot details because it doesn't say much. It says
But
a lot
but we
without
want
saying
it.
anything.
But we want it. We want it to be the prequel because that was
I don't
the
know,
original.
I-
That's what he said he was doing.
I think he said that to get some money.
Maybe, yeah. But it says, okay, the film takes a team of scientists and explorers on a thrilling journey that will test their physical and mental limits and strand them on a distant world, where they will discover the answers to our most profound questions and to life's ultimate mystery.
You could have said anything, and it would have been more informative than that.
Yeah.
True, but
I think it's a werewolf movie.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I have no idea what
Yeah,
that
what does that mean? Like
it's
team of
Astro World.
scientists stranded far away, testing their limits. What does that mean? Nothing. It could mean anything.
Yeah.
Right?
it could
And-
be
and
instead of
the rumor-
Astro Zombies, it'd be Astro
The
Werewolves.
rumor was that this would be an Alien prequel, and
I hope not. You know why? Because not so many people, but a few people spent a lot of money on that really cool egg thing that held
right.
the entire series. And
How
then
you
you're
gonna
like,
cram
"Oh,
one more in
son
there?"
of a bitch.
There's another one?
Yeah.
but I think he said that to get some money,
You
man.
think
I think
so?
he said it to get some funding because really nothing gets funded better than sequels and remakes, and that's just the sad state of Hollywood.
But maybe this is clever marketing. Maybe this is to get people talking. You just give them a sliver of nothing, and it's already planted in our head that this is a
Yeah,
prequel to
that's,
Alien.
How did that get planted? That's a prequel.
It's been around for
I
it's
mean,
probably
was
over
there
a year.
like a header that I didn't see that said Ridley Scott's working on a prequel?
Yeah,
to Alien?
that's
Okay.
exactly.
I think this was like I think it was Ridley Scott's like bait and switch, man. I think he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to make the Alien prequel, and all the producers and all the executives were like, bam, here's a check, go.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh yeah, and then, and I'm sure they were like, well, when's the aliens show up? And he's like, oh yeah, later.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there later. Oh well, that's really not an Alien prequel movie. It's my other movie that you wouldn't fund me for as it was.
But
Yeah,
no, there's
whatever.
rumors that there's costume leaks, or not costume, but set leaks or something of aliens. I don't remember what.
I know it's going to be really hard to top Alien versus Predator.
Oh
Yeah, right.
Which
What
one?
did they make? 2 of them?
Yeah.
Is it,
The original plan
I
for
saw the
Alien.
first one in the theater just as a guilty pleasure.
No, I saw it because
Way guilty.
because this the original Alien vs Predator. Because I used to play the original PC game all the time. I love that game, and I collect the comic books. And anyway, the original plan for Alien vs Predator. This is back before Avatar, before the 3D buzz, was that they were going to do a series of 3, and the final one would be in 3D. And so when AVP first came out, I went to go see it at the theater because I was like, one more and then it's, it's 3D.
Yeah.
And they scrapped the project. So.
Yeah. I can't blame them.
That whole Alien versus Predator is it's an interesting evolution of the
Yeah.
story, right? Because it all starts in Predator 2 when Danny Glover is on the ship,
On the ship, and there's
and you see the alien
Oh, really?
skull. And everybody, all the fanboys were like, "Oh, look at that! It's the Predator skull, or the alien skull on the Predator ship." And then Dark Horse Comics in the late '80s.
And I think Jan had seen it, and it was one of the first movies we watched when we first started dating, like 15 plus years ago
Yeah.
or something. I remember watching Nightbreed. It's awesome.
it is, if you haven't seen it, you definitely it's damn well worth
But
it.
when I went to see the Alien vs Predator, I guess I can't remember much about it. Antarctica, some shit goes down, a pyramid.
Well, it sent out a
Lance
signal.
Henriksen.
To,
Yeah, I kind of, I wanted the aliens to win.
Well,
I'm not a big. Well, actually, I've never watched Predator. We've talked about this
Yeah.
before.
Wasn't that the tagline in the first movie? Like, whoever wins, we lose.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, because that's what it was. It was a killing ground that the Predator set up.
And then the Predators are all into this chick because she survived, which is fine. But yeah, just in my world, I would hope that the aliens would decimate them.
Well, what happens in the comic anyway, is it jumps back and forth. One book the aliens win, one book
Yeah.
Predator wins, and then they come. Same way with Hellraiser versus Nightbreed, is at the end they agree to disagree, team up to take over the human type thing.
I would picture the Predators kind of being like the more aristocratic version of and kind of demeaning the aliens because
Yeah.
they're more animalistic. Kind of like every fucking scenario that has a vampire and werewolf in it. The vampires are all like the Underworld movies,
Right,
and they
right.
do this anytime it's there. They're like filthy dogs, and
They-
they're
they
like
even do that in Twilight.
yeah, always. They do it in Being Human. I haven't seen the American series, but the one that's on the BBC,
Yeah.
which is really good series.
Yeah, it is a good show.
I love it. But it's always the vampires are being dicks to the werewolves, and yeah, just once I'd like to see it the other way around.
Well, the only way you can kill no, it's awesome. But speaking of vampires, and they
Don't you love his segues? They're so
Yeah.
polished.
yeah,
Hey there,
So
kids.
very natural.
probably so naturals. But bats,
Yeah.
are associated with vampires, and
So it's
Batman
the
Year
director
One.
of
But no, anyway, Batman Year One is available on Blu-ray, DVD, and on demand starting October 18th.
what is Batman Year One?
We talked about this before. You want to?
Batman Year One it was a comic that was it was written by Frank Miller, and it was I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 issue run, and it looks at like it looks at a young Bruce Wayne as he just now adopts the mantle of Batman.
Okay.
And he's going out and making all the mistakes.
Right.
But, beating down the bad guys. But what's interesting about the comic is that it's told mostly from the point of view of Gordon, who is a young up and coming cop that's like transferred into Gotham because he
Okay.
wants to make a difference, and he's got a wife and a daughter and the comic is mostly told from Gordon's point of view, and it's Gordon sort of recognizing that Batman's on the side of the police,
Right.
And it's a great Frank Miller story. It's one of the I don't know. It's like in comics, there's a couple great Batman stories,
Right.
and this is one of them. And so now they've animated it, and DC has a really good track record of these direct-to-video.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this before.
Releases. They've done Wonder Woman, 2 Green Lanterns, Justice League, a couple of Supermans, and they're all really good. And I'm curious to see how this turns out. Although from the trailer, I don't know if you wanted to play the trailer. From the trailer, it looks like it's a Batman story. Like it looks like it's like the narrative point of view is from Batman, whereas in year 1 it's from Gordon. But I don't know.
Well, let's check it out real quick, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
He's here! Shoot on sight!
12 years, and the ache is still fresh. Like a raw, angry nerve. This isn't about healing. I'm not looking for closure.
You gotta remember to turn that down.
Yeah, do that first.
Yeah. No, it looks really good. It looks it kind of has a feel of Spawn to it. To the way that they brought the bats in, and maybe it's just the
That
way
was just how your player was.
Yeah. Okay, so then never mind. But he's working on a new Spawn animation. But anyway. But yeah, Batman Year One looks really good. I mean,
Yeah, I have one like nitpick about it, and it's that all of the Batman stuff that DC has done, with 1 or 2 exceptions, all of the Batman stuff from the entire run of the Batman animated series, and even what was the future Batman one called? Batman Beyond.
20, what was it? 20.
I don't know.
I think it was Batman Beyond, the one that's in the future. The voice of Bruce Wayne is always this guy named Kevin Conroy, and they've stuck with him through everything. I mean, he's been doing it for decades, man. And so he's not the voice. Kevin Conroy is not voicing Bruce Wayne in this one.
Well, that would make sense though, because they're going for a younger one.
Maybe I can understand the decision. It's just that Kevin Conroy has, for the most part, been the voice of Batman in DC productions for so long and so consistently that to see him not do it for this one is a little weird.
Yeah. Well, maybe I think he might be right that it's probably because he's younger. Because if he's been doing it, how long would you say he's been doing it?
Ever since the first Batman animated show came out.
So how long ago was that? I mean,
I don't know,
like,
early 90s. So
okay.
I don't know, 15, maybe 15,
His
20
voice
years.
has gotten slower and deeper
Yeah,
by
I
now.
know, I suppose so.
Because, like, I have people that I record their voiceovers that have been doing it for 20 plus years, and I got to match it with the old shit, and it's just not the same.
October 18th. And I'm sure we'll check that out when it comes out. We'll come back to that and talk about it once it hits, and we'll give our reviews on it. I'm sure Bob will, for sure.
I'll see it, yeah.
Another thing that's really caught me off guard today, I just recently found out, Jean-Claude Van Damme is in a new movie.
The muscles from Brussels.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, it's crazy. It's called Assassination Games. That's all I know about it.
Wow. That's all you'll probably ever
all
want
I
to
got.
know about.
But that's all you need. I mean, what is it? It's going to be a mixture of Bloodsport and
Kickboxer
Yeah, which
and
is not the
Gladiator.
same movie.
Yeah, it really is. I think what's going to happen is at some point someone's going to get hurt and he's going to have to go in for retaliation. There's going to be some illegal betting.
And then he's going to do that stomp where he goes, and his whole body shakes.
Full split.
Yeah.
He always does the
Yeah,
full split.
and he's going to do the
you
kick
think
where
he can
he's
still
on
do
one
it?
foot, but he
Absolutely.
does multiple people. And then at some point, he's going to get hurt. Someone's going to, cheat, finagle. And then all of a sudden, it's going to be okay to be the winner again. And someone's going to come up from behind him, and he's going to block like this.
With his crazy eye.
And his eyes are going to go all big. And he's going to look around, and he's going to do like you're like, ah! And it's going to go to slow-mo all of a sudden. And he's going to use his elbow. And then at the end, yeah.
You can totally write that movie.
Yeah.
I think he just did.
And at some point, someone's going to yell like, "Knock soon, pow." It means white water. And yeah.
They respect you.
Yeah. Get him, Brian.
Man.
I loved Kickboxer, man.
I can
I
tell.
loved that movie as a kid. I've never watched any of his other movies.
Really?
That's all I need.
That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Cyborg and
Oh, no.
I really should
Classics.
watch.
What is it?
I'll put
Universal
those on my list.
Soldier?
I've seen part of Bloodsport because that came out beforehand, and I was watching it. I was like, "This is Kickboxer." What
It really is.
Yeah, it's just a little less production value, and yeah.
It's kind of like...
Tompo.
It's good.
One night in Bangkok in the... That's an awesome song.
Well, I every time something like this comes up, I'm just like, well, I'm just glad he's working again.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
How
for him.
old is he now?
He's got to be in his 50s.
But speaking of Jean-Claude Van Damme, there's a new trailer for the film Immortals.
For what?
Immortals?
This film looks so
Speaking of Jean-Claude
fun.
Van Damme.
He's immortal! Come on.
Yeah, all right.
He's Universal Soldier, man. This film actually looks amazing.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
But the
I've
only
seen a
thing that
couple
the only
trailers
the
for it,
only
I'm like, oh, this is
I don't know. I'm into it.
only thing that I am it's $100 million epic film, and the only thing that makes me mad about it is it's a 2D 3D conversion.
Do you know
What
who the
the
director
fuck?
is?
No.
It's that guy. He's one of those directors with one word name. It's Tarsem, and his other films are The Fall, which is a visually top notch movie with a lot of really great visuals, and the story's like who really cares? It was like
like
the director
Transformers.
concentrates on all of the visuals and making all of these weird tableaus, and then the story gets kind of lost. And so it'll make sense when I tell you that the other film he directed was The Cell.
I love The Cell.
Now, I like The Cell, but I was like, what is this guy trying to go for? Right? Because it's like a
That is
murder
a
mystery.
bizarre looking movie.
And then it gets into this world where it's like in the mind of that guy, and
Of
then
the
there's
serial
like all
killer,
these
yeah.
really weird scenes and the
That is one of my favorite movies. Well, not like out of my top 5, but I really love The Cell. Yeah, I like some of the sound effects in it too. They have these giant Tibetan horns in there. But yeah, it is a bizarre looking movie. And you know who the guy is?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's Bobby from Law and Order: Criminal Intent. He's
Jenny from the Block.
he's also Thor in Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh, really? I
The
didn't know
really
that was him.
ribbed, yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. Jan was telling me it was on like some channel. She's
I
like,
remember there was the guy who was supposed to be
Thor.
Thor.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, this to me looks like it could be really cool. It could be like 300 Sin City. Or it could be like The Spirit.
Oh, God, yeah, I
which
know,
I
right?
never watched. But, so
that
you
was
never know.
god awful.
I'm pulling for this one. I think it looks fun.
Well, let's check out the trailer and see what.
Roman king Hyperion has declared war on all of humanity.
I will end the reign of the gods. If there is one human who could lead them against Hyperion, it would be Theseus. He does not fear danger. He fears only the failure to defend his freedom.
The gods have given me vision. I cannot change the future. You can.
Seal the gates and prepare for war.
Now I unleash the Titans.
Regal King! Fight for honor! Fight for your children! Fight for your future! Fight for immortality!
I have faith in you. Prove me right.
I do that every time. I gotta remember to not do that. All right, so that looks awesome. Sorry about the feedback there, guys.
I think I'm into that one.
I think so too.
I just hope it's more like 300 or remember the movie Troy that came out a few years ago
With Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt, and you were like, oh, this is okay. You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't was Angelina Jolie in that?
Yeah, she played his mother.
Yeah, it's with her weird Russian accent.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? She started off as like the really good actress. Everyone was like,
Yeah.
goddamn, she cannot do Greek.
No.
Yeah, that movie's bad. There was another.
One of the things I did like about Troy was Orlando Bloom played Paris, and he played him as like a little bitch.
Yeah.
And it was really funny.
But he was such a bitch.
Like, and, you think about it, like if you read the the Homer books, Paris was a bitch, man.
Yeah. You know what I watched last night? Tombstone. You guys remember that movie?
Oh,
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wasn't Kurt Russell awesome?
Kurt Russell was awesome, but it's like the people that wrote that movie said, you know what? Let's give every cool fucking line we can come up with to Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Because he
I
is
don't know,
like,
man. Kurt Russell had some coolness too when he first starts dealing cards and the guy's gonna try and intimidate him, and he's like slapping him, and he's like, skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Skin that smoke wagon, boy. See what happens. It is Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
And he's like, what does he say? You gonna do something? You just gonna stand there and bleed. Which is awesome. But for me, because I remember I hadn't watched it since I was in high school, like the year after it came out, and I watched it again. I was like, fuck, I want to be Doc Holliday, even if I have to die
Even if
early
you have
with
to die
tuberculosis. He was. And I was still trying to figure out what "You'll Be a Daisy" is when he shoots that guy down at the end. He's like, "You're no Daisy," and I'll be your Huckleberry. All sorts of, why you helping?
I know. When he comes in, he's like, "I'll be your Huckleberry." I was like, "Ooh, I get chills." I don't know what that means, but I got a chill.
That's me too. I was like, "Tell me, watch this part." Like she gave a shit. Where the guy's like, "Why are you helping Wyatt Earp?" And he's all coughing and he's my friend, and he's like, "So what? I got lots of friends." And he's like, I don't. It's so precious.
Yeah.
Oh man. So after watching that movie, here's the dream I had last night. I woke up and I had a handlebar mustache, right? And it was like, oh man, this is like Phil Kilmer's from the thing, right? And then I would turn and I would look, and then it was like, this is Wyatt Earp. I want this, and it kept getting bigger. And then all of a sudden, I went to show Jan my new handlebar mustache, and it was gone. I was like, "Oh shit! I accidentally shaved it off." Yeah, it was weird,
Crazy. Remember when we did the event screening for Fast the Furious 5, and the Fast and the Furious Part 5.
Yeah.
And how I am in my brain, I'm really puzzled why they continue to make these movies and why we're up to 5 and, you know, we don't know about it, but they do tremendously well.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was my all-time top
Testosterone seems to be the
top
reason.
film that I didn't understand why they kept making it. There was a film that came out. It was, of course, part 3 of the film that was in 3D. And that's what brought it up on my radar. And that was the film Step Up.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, it was Step Up 3D. And
Yeah, I don't know why people like this. They like any kind of dance crew movie.
it's crazy
Well, they have the
because...
shows, like America's Best Dance Crew.
But there's a part 4 now. It's Step Up Forever.
Yeah, awesome. It's always like
I want to know what genius came up with that marketing.
it's like the
No
it's like
shit.
the cheerleading movies, like In It to Win It or whatever. You know, it's
I don't understand. I guess because I'm
and
not
there's
part of that
there's always
life.
that
but-
one like story like. I'm from the bad side of the tracks, but you're the cool, like preppy girl,
He's
and
the
I'm gonna
spunky
show.
kid.
Yeah, I got so much more to lose. I
With
got
a dream.
Yeah, it's just, don't stop. You only got one shot. Yeah,
the original
That is a
movie,
good
the original
track,
dance movie of that was Footloose.
Yeah,
And guess what?
it's being remade.
And I have a trailer for
And
you.
I think it's the seventh sign.
It really is. So okay,
6 degrees meet the seventh sign equals 13.
before we, I'm gonna show the trailer for the new Footloose movie. But before we go in there, for those youngins that do listen to this show, Footloose of my era of growing up
I've never seen it.
Really?
has one of the best soundtracks that ever. You know,
Made it a point to
um,
never see it.
well, not, I mean, best
Dude, that
soundtracks in
song
terms
will get
of
stuck in my head, and I won't be able to get it.
Kenny
out.
Loggins, dude.
I hate
He did
that
Top
song.
Gun soundtrack, dude.
In the
Yeah.
danger zone.
And
Highway to-
but anyway,
Living on the edge.
well, maybe the songs. For, okay, but you understand.
I
feel
the need when you're sitting down. Yeah.
You can be my wingman anytime, Bob. Bullshit.
All right, so I'm trying to think of this movie. You made me think of it, but there was a movie, and I don't remember the name of it, but it starred Eric Stoltz, and it was a movie about like 20-somethings, fucking up their lives, but they have at one point in the movie, and they're in L.A., and at one point in the movie, Quentin Tarantino plays a guy at a party who's explaining to somebody else the homoerotic aspects of Top Gun.
I have no idea.
And he's like, he has this whole long diatribe about like, he's like, yeah, Maverick was, Iceman was the gay way and Charlie was the straight way. And the only way Charlie could get Maverick to go to the straight way is when she dresses up as a man and meets him in the elevator. And then he even says like at the end when he's like, you can be my wingman. It was like an invitation to the gay way. And he has this whole, and it's Quentin Tarantino, man, talking about the homoerotic aspects of Top Gun. And I'm trying to think of what movie that is.
I don't know. Go on IMDb
months.
and just type up Tarantino. And
Well, Eric Stoltz has been in a lot of movies, and I can't figure out which movie it is. I thought it might be Kicking and Screaming, but it wasn't. I watched it, and that's not it.
Take my breath away.
That's still Top Gun.
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's Berlin.
True. So let's check out the trailer for the new Footloose.
We cannot be missing from our children's lives.
They are ours to protect.
Public dancing among Beaumont's minors will be in violation of the law.
Mama, it's Fran. He's here. Hey, girls.
I appreciate you taking me in. I really want to pull my own weight around here.
If you can get this baby running, She's all yours. Okay, the door sticks, and the gas pedal's missing. A couple of the, hey, it's a fixer-up.
He's cute. You think everybody's cute.
Hey, watch where you're going, little guy.
Sorry, man, I didn't see you.
Where are you from? You talk funny.
I talk funny?
Mm-hmm.
You should hit you from my end.
What's up, man? I'm Willard.
I'm Ren. McCormick. What's the deal with the preacher's daughter?
You think I'm small town, huh?
She worth all that attitude?
You want to see something?
First down of the police, and I'm a pull the plug.
What, you can't keep up?
What, am I grounded? Do I gotta go to prison?
What am I
is
gonna
it?
do with you?
There's nothing to do, Daddy. This is it.
3 years ago, 5 seniors died in a car crash coming home from a dance, and that's when the whole town went crazy.
You want to go out and get some cheap thrills? You do it outside of Beaumont.
Thinking I could do something. Maybe have a shot at making a change.
I don't want you to see that boy.
Why?
Because I've heard he's trouble.
Watch that attitude, son.
We speak for this town because we are from here.
I know you gotta do what you gotta do, but that ain't gonna stop it from happening. There was once a time for that law, but not anymore. This is our time.
We didn't come here to dance.
Footloose.
Wow. I was gonna say I haven't seen anything that cool since, and I had something funny to say, but that looks so goddamn awful. It just cleared out my mind completely.
It's so bad, but I'm sure people love it, and
we're gonna bring dance back to this town. Because so many dudes are walking around going, God damn it, I'm gonna dance.
I mean, that's what we do. That's why we only hang out when we do this show, because our wives won't let us go to the mall or anywhere else because we end up dancing and doing flips off the elevator and shit. We
just have to be us.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny you say that because there's a scene in the movie. At least I haven't seen this one, but in the original movie, there's a scene when like Kevin Bacon's like he's getting the beat down in town, and everybody's hassling him, and he's just got to go blow off some steam, man. And so he drives his car into like this warehouse, and there's like this big montage where he's like dancing all around this around this warehouse, and just like. He's just expressing himself, you know.
I think anytime that I had to blow off steam, I was breaking shit and cursing. I mean,
I know, right? I'm like,
or jacking off. I mean, let's be honest.
I feel so much better now.
Such a load has been lifted.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of that, Spy Kids 3D, which is an
Speaking of what?
I know, right?
I'll leave that for you to decide.
How did you get to Spy Kids?
Because, let me tell you, because Spy Kids 3D was an awesome 3D movie. I don't care what you think.
No, it was. I love the Spy Kids movie.
Yeah, the 3D was awesome. They're coming out with a new one called Spy Kids 4D.
My Spy Kids.
And guess what they're doing? This is my dream come true. They're merging in a theater. They're merging 3D with smell-o-vision.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and it's actually it's called
John Waters.
Yeah. It's not called smell-o-vision this time around. It's called Rodriguez Aromascope.
Aroma what?
Aromascope.
Aromascope.
Yep.
Right.
You know.
So I saw a trailer for the for that new movie. They didn't mention the aromascope.
No, it's awesome because they're saying that the viewers will get a card with 8 numbers on it, and then they will scratch and sniff the corresponding numbers as they appear on the screen.
Nothing immerses you into a movie more than when you're given instructions.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's in 3D, so
it's just so real. 8.
Yeah,
but
yeah, Yeah, but, all right, so but you have to think of the Spy Kids movie in the context.
Well,
Like, it's a movie for 8-year-old
Yeah,
kids.
but it's a
man.
good
And
movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah,
and also the two leads from the first movie are going to be back.
Are
in
back
this
in it,
one.
yes. And the thing is that this is not your traditional scratch and sniff. You remember? I don't know if y'all ever took part in the 7-Eleven Big Gulp Buy, get your scratch and sniff, watch Elvira or whatever it was back then. I did. I was obsessed with the 3D movies and Smell-O-Vision, where it was amazing to me. I loved it because you scratch and you smell gasoline and all that. Well, they've upgraded the card. You no longer scratch. You swipe your finger across the number as if you were doing an iPad or iPhone or whatever, and it releases the smell.
Wow! Thank God for people with brittle nails.
I know. I mean, tell me. So I'm excited about that. I love the fact that they're taking it to the next level. And making it fun for the kids.
It's going to be fun for kids.
That's what I'm saying. They're taking it to the next level and having fun for kids. And Rodriguez is also saying, I don't know if I'm going to do another Spy Kids movie.
Oh,
but
that's right. It's the Rodriguez.
Yeah, but what he's going to do is offer on the back of the cards or some other way. He said he's still thinking about how to make it functional. He's going to ask suggestions or comments on what the audience wants to see next in the series if they want to see something. Because they've done 3D. They kicked it up a notch in doing 3D and Smell-O-Vision. And he's asking the audience what they want to do when they come see...
Tinglers.
I know. I mean, but seriously, this is... It's
getting to William Castle level.
I'm serious. We make fun of it. It's a kids movie and it caters to
it's
kids.
Awesome to do for kids.
But if it does well, it will send a message to the rest of Hollywood, and we will get some more stuff like this. Because James Cameron right now is pushing for theaters to upgrade their theaters again, and so they can do 4K, broadcasting, where they can do faster frame rates.
Yeah.
They can do that, and he's already shown power that he can get theaters to upgrade to digital 3D for Avatar. I mean, it's a bigger push than just James Cameron. If this happens, we're going to get something. And if this goes well with Spy Kids, it will launch something. It's still 10 years from now.
It'll just be a
gimmick
one-time
thing.
gimmick. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a fun gimmick.
Yeah.
So my dad used to go to a lot of movies when he was a kid, right? And he went to one of those like William Castle type things where they rigged the chairs.
Awesome.
And he went to that and he was telling me all about it. Like when I was growing up, he would tell me stories.
Wow, what movie
about,
was it, dude?
I think it was even the Tingler. I mean, I'm
Okay.
not sure. It was at Bel Air Theater in Bel Air, Maryland.
Wow.
And he said they used to do things where they would say like, okay, now we let out all the rats and the snakes, and they had air hoses under the the seats that would blow air by your ankles, so it felt like something was moving by
awesome.
you, and he had all these fun stories about it. And then you see the movie like Matinee, right? Have you seen Matinee with John?
I was going to ask you. I love that movie.
I know, I love that. And so, like hearing those stories and watching Matinee, how awesome would it have been to be at those shows at that time? Like that would have been so great.
Yeah.
That seems so awesome.
Unless you're black.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that though. We always do that with the 50s. That would be the greatest thing to do if you were middle class, upper middle class, kind of had some money, were white. It would be no, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, and not gay.
But you know what I mean though. I mean, but that was a really great movie experience. Like it wasn't just you didn't just pay your ticket, sit in the chair, and watch the movie and buy popcorn. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's great that we have a return to that. That'd be awesome. That'd be so great. I think that is I think that's an aspect of movie going that is lost.
Yeah, and I love that Rodriguez is doing this on a big budget.
Yeah.
And it's not becoming just in the shady theaters and the independent theaters and stuff. And that's why I think it has hope, because the only way you're going to get a true interactive film where you get the mist thrown at you and is at theme park.
I was to say a theme park, yeah.
Yeah, like Busch Gardens, they do that, but like one, they're crappy movies, and two, it's like
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean
the MGM, Disney has an awesome. They've had it for years. The Muppet 3D movie.
Yeah.
Really?
It's fantastic.
It is good.
So, yeah, it starts off and you see, like, Kermit and Fozzie come out and they're like, we're not going to have any cheesy gimmicks in 3D. And they have this long pole. And, it is, like, out there.
Yeah.
And they have, like, the bubble scene where things fall down. But then they also have the two old men, the hecklers, in a booth. And the light will turn on them and you'll look over and they'll start heckling and yelling at the screen. And then at some point, the Swedish chef comes out of the back with a cannon, and there's this huge war of fire, and the walls start shaking, and they fall down.
With predetermined times on certain movies that are already programmed this way.
Right. It would be interesting. If they
So
could
you
do
can.
that.
So you can. I mean, the chairs are already there. All they have to do is hook up another computer.
Well, that's for people with more disposable income.
No, I'm talking about AMC can do it. I mean,
Yeah.
theaters can do it.
But it would be interesting if in the future, just for fun, you had like your fog machine set up right.
I've done that. I've done that.
I know. I'm sure you have.
No.
But I was gonna say just different things. I mean, obviously, you buy a set and you get like 5 things it does: air, fog. So no matter what you're doing, you're seeing the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
But if you could add on, and it got crazier, I wonder, maybe the next generation of Blu-ray, if you could have a code embedded in the movie.
That's
to
the
send
thing. The
signals.
Blu-ray does have this because Sony's been trying to push this.
But,
Yeah, but the
I just
thing
don't
is, though,
care that much. I mean,
I
it
do.
would be.
I do,
It
though.
was not that it's not that they did those things. It's that nobody knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you went and saw the Tingler, nobody knew that you were going to get a
Right.
little shot.
Yeah, at the
that was the beauty of it. You didn't know what.
Well,
to
that's the
expect.
thing that.
But even with smell-o-vision, though, you know that you're going to smell gasoline, you're going to smell hot dog, whatever it is.
I mean, it's cool the first time, probably, but I wouldn't go to see my 5th and 6th movie and smell it.
Well, no, but you say that, but the creative part of the theaters and the studios is it's like what they've done with Final Destination. It's like, what are they going to make me smell now?
Yeah.
But scratching in the numbers may be distracting. But
Yeah. It's like when you go see the 3D movie and it's only in a section and it's like, put your glasses on now. And
well, that's the way they did it. Put your glasses on, But that was old time, and yeah.
Remember that 3D movie that we tried to bring 3D back? It was called Coming at You.
Yeah.
That was one of those things where it was like, put your glasses on now.
No, they never did that in Coming At You.
Coming At You is all 3D.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought it had segments.
The
where
3D Western? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Are you talking about the
maybe I'm
porn?
thinking of the wrong movie then.
Because we had Tony Anthony, the guy that stars and directed in that film, on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Matter of fact, what'd the other site call it? A review site called
An epic interview.
Epic interview. It was fucking 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
This guy talked.
Yeah. Were you guys like, you're awesome, I love you?
I was, yeah.
He was.
No, I'm serious. Ever since I was a
He
kid.
watched him as a kid. He was
Yeah.
like his hero.
He's been my 3D hero forever.
He talked about like a lens he developed
Yeah.
for it. And
It was
right on.
it was
Yeah,
amazing.
Check out the show. It's really good.
Anyway,
do that.
One of the
but
few really good
in
shows.
the interest of time, I would like to move to the next section. Our next category of
He's all
topic.
disciplined, though.
Rigid.
Oh, I gotta go blow off some steam, gentlemen.
Damn. No. This next segment of the show is about electronic music.
Oh yeah, we were
About what?
gonna do
Electronic music.
Yeah, right on.
any kind of music, really.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
So this topic we're talking about Paul's music because
Again.
of course,
That's all we ever do.
because you are working on a small release to send out that you've been working on. You sent me a song called "Scar Limit," or no, that
Yeah, the working name for the group is Scar Limit. I don't know why. It's the only 2 words that popped in my head. I'm not good with names.
it's good.
All my other names are like Flor and Lilt.
Is it something with an umlaut over it?
Yeah, just to add credence to yeah. SKAR. Thank you very much. No. No, it's the first music I always messed around with was like the EBM industrial dancey stuff. And but then I was like, fuck, I need to find people to sing. I can't it's so hard to find reliable people and people that you like or people that are good.
And
or
a
even halfway
mixture of
decent.
both.
Yeah, and then you find them all together. And then when you're not like really outgoing and searching to see what the response is. So I sent you a thing.
Well,
and I had a new thing happen today. I had someone contact me about doing ambient music for a guided meditation CD.
Really?
That I'm going to do, yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
it means someone is going to go, close your eyes and picture energy radiating from your body, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then Paul's
I'll
music in
just
the
do-
background.
I'll have my music in the background as the
Satan.
Yeah, but none of it'll be the like. Normally, the ambient stuff is a little more. I mean, it's drony and floaty, but then rhythmic elements come in, and I use a lot of like abstract kind of world percussion, like drum called the udu, which is like a North African drum, and then just lots of hand percussion, and then different flutes. Like I use one called a fujar, which you've seen is that giant, like it's like a 7-foot flute from. It's called a bass overtone flute. It's from Slovakia. It's really bizarre sounding didgeridoos, Japanese shakuhachi, the bamboo flute, weird stringed instruments, all sorts of stuff, and then manipulate them and make it. And then it kind of gets like a what they call tribal ambient kind of sound to it. But no, I started wanting to work on just pure electronic floating stuff, no new age piano or anything like that, because I just like the sounds to be like, you can't really tell what it is that makes it.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you want to, real quick, if you want to see Paul perform live of his ambient music, you're playing in December.
Yeah, I'm playing again in December at the Edgar Cayce Institute at the Ocean Front.
And you may remember a couple months back you played there.
Yeah, I played there. I was asked to go back in July, but it was only like 2 weeks notice again, like the first show. And so, yeah, hopefully this fall we'll start plugging it more, and I'll be releasing some stuff. So I'll probably work on some new music for that, play some of the other stuff. I mean, it's just like a 2-hour show, so there's plenty of time to fill, even though there's a break in the middle. Yeah, like last time we did some didgeridoo, and I'll record it once and then get it looping and then build the track from that.
Yeah,
and
it was really good.
It was fun to do.
Yeah. But anyway, you're doing
the exact opposite of what we're talking about here. No positive. Well, not that my ambient's that positive, but for this CD, we're gonna keep it for the guided meditation thing. We're gonna keep it out of the realm of shadow and more into the neutral world. But yeah, the opposite side to that is that I like to do industrial and aggressive.
Well, let's listen to your track. Faithless.
It's inspired by your guys' show.
Hell yeah! So here it is. This is Paul with working title band of the band Scar Limit. vocals.
Have you? Really?
Yeah.
Or maybe I haven't.
And
shit, I got like 15 more on my laptop over here. I gotta clean them up, but
and
yeah.
I was really impressed with this, and
Cool.
I'm really excited about this project. This is awesome. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, it's because you sent me the email of that that sideline thing.
Yeah.
And I was listening to some of it, and some of it's really good, some of it's not. I was like, shit, I can do this.
Yeah.
So-
Well, what he's speaking of is Sideline Magazine released a 55-track compilation entitled "Face the Beat Volume 1" for free. There's 55 bands, known and unknown, that they put on a compilation.
Yeah,
They
it's great for
released.
free.
Yeah,
Used to be that shit costs money.
There's some. There's some bands on there that are really, really good.
Yeah.
And there are also some bands that are not, but it's definitely worth a check out. You can go to their Facebook to download it for free. You go to the Facebook website, facebook.com/slide.line.magazine.
Side. You said slide.
Oh, sorry. Sideline. Sideline. I don't know why I said slide. So you can download 55 tracks. You can do the whole thing as a zip file, or you can just go through and pick
The songs you want.
The songs you want.
Although
download.
honestly, it's easier to do it as a
zip file and then delete the ones
load.
you
Yeah,
don't.
load all that in. And it's interesting. They don't. There's no specific track listing that they give you, like track 1, track 2.
Yeah, there is.
No, I mean it's.
Oh,
written
you're talking
down,
about- yeah.
But it's meant to be just listened to on random, so that you get it all in different things. Explore it through different means. and
Yeah,
ways.
no, it's really good. I'm glad they did this. So it is now 9 o'clock, so that wraps up our show. Are you going to release this anytime soon to the public, or are you just going to do
I'm
it?
just gonna send it out, see what happens.
All right. So stay tuned for that.
I'll work on some more and see how it goes.
Awesome. Well, that puts an end to this show, this edition. This was a very, very, very good show. We covered a lot of stuff.
cover a lot of ground. You got to keep up.
Got to do it. Got to do it. Well, thank you for listening. I think our new software worked very well tonight.
Yay.
Your computer was gasping for air, but
it was. Yeah, it was. But that will soon change. So thanks for listening. Zombie Popcorn, The Talking Dead. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night.
Night.
Sign of evil on our forehead. History.